A guy walks into a psychiatrist's office. He says, I'm having this recurring dream where I'm a teepee, and then I morph into a wigwam. I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. Doc says, relax. You're too tense. Good day to you. I'm Duran. This is Duran's Demos, brought to you by Roaming Around. And dudes, it's cold out there. We better talk about winter tents. So what we're really going to be talking about, though, are single wall shelters. Remember on the last video, years ago, we talked about double wall tents. Today, we're talking about single wall shelters. The double wall tent, we explained, has the advantage of great breathability and condensation control. The single wall shelter does away with that. It sacrifices that a little bit just to try to create one weatherproof, nigh weather impermeable home for you to ride out storms and really kind of hold and hoard whatever heat you can and kind of create a nice little microclimate. The one right here that I and Rosie the shop dog are sharing here is the Black Diamond First Light tent. It's kind of a fast and light winter tent. But to show off how that thing works, well, we got a mesh door. They were really, really kind. They gave us a mesh door on this one. And I can pull this up and I can kind of have my breathable layer. It's not gonna be as great as a double wall tent where there's like mesh everywhere and we can get rid of the canopy if we don't think it's gonna rain, but it's better than nothing. Then when I wanna hide from the world or hide from a storm, I just pull this thing up. And now there's no transition. It's just all this single wall nylon. So if it's really, really windy and really, really stormy, we're not gonna have snow pushing through that mesh wall, which can happen. It can actually even happen with sand. Believe it or not, people will haul these to the desert or to the beach because they don't wanna wake up in a sandbox in the morning. So that's a single wall tent. It goes by a couple of different names. Sometimes we call them winter tents, and that denotes something a little bit lighter, more packable, and perhaps not needing to be as robust. Or there's also the crazy mountaineering tents that you've seen on crazy climbing videos that are for use at really, really high elevation and really gnarly weather. Honestly, here in the Black Hills, a lot of us can probably get away with a double wall shelter. And unless you're absolutely committed, I'm gonna go survive Winter Storm Atlas in a tent, you probably don't have to go there. But if your intention is to spend not just a couple of days, but multiple days or even a week or more outside in the winter, I'd say you really need to consider a single wall shelter of one stripe or another. Another stripe is the bivy bag. Eventually we had to talk about bivy bags. We'll talk about this one real quick. This is the e-bivy from our friends at MSR, and it is for $100, just a really light, really packable option. If you are concerned about getting caught in the storm, maybe plan A is to cowboy camp under the stars, but this is kind of your plan B option if it gets really windy, really rainy, or really snowy all of a sudden. Lightweight, breathable material up top, burly, tough, waterproof material on the bottom, and no zipper on this thing. We can get it to stuff into this stuff sack right here. And again, that's for $100, and this is just a more robust, more sustainable option than just a cheap plastic sack that you would crawl into otherwise. We do occasionally carry the Helium-2 bivy from our friends at Outdoor Research, and I'd really like to show you one, but we sold it earlier because I like money more than I do demoing product. I love demoing product, don't get me wrong. I love money. So anyway, yeah, I guess that closes the conversation on that one. But hey, if you ever want to see it in real life, or if you ever want to see any of this product in real life, or have a longer conversation about it, I encourage you to come on into the store and yeah, come chat with our team. As always, guys, thank you for watching and have a fantastic week.